للرجال نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون وللنساء نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون مما قل منه أو كثر نصيبا مفروضا. In this lesson we will study Al-inkisaar, indivisible or undividable. Al-inkisaar means the share inherited does not accept division between the number of heirs inheriting, therefore that must be corrected. In this example we have 3 grandmothers inheriting 1/6 and 5 full brothers inheriting the rest. The mas'ala or the case is built upon 6 and the grandmothers are inheriting 1 out of 6 and the 5 brothers are inheriting 5 shares. They have no problem when it comes to dividing the wealth between them. Each brother is getting 1 share. However, we have a problem with the 3 grandmothers because they are sharing 1 share. So this means 1 divided by 3, we will end up with 0.3333. The ulama of inheritance in Islam don't divide the wealth in this manner, having decimal number. So therefore, the decimal must be amended. In order to correct this, we look at the relationship between the share inherited and the number of heads inheriting. In the example, we have here 3 grandmothers inheriting 1 share. We look at the relationship between the number 3 here, the number of heads, with the share that they are inheriting. The relationship is either division or multiplication. If the share can divide the number of heads or has LCM, then we use division and take the result and place it on top of the total share of the case. And we multiply the result to get a new total share. If the two numbers don't accept divisions of any kind, then we take the entire number of heads and multiply the total share of the case. Example of Al-inkisaar. Here we have 2 examples. Example number 1, we have a wife and 15 full brothers. In this occasion, the wife is getting a quarter and 15 full brothers are getting the remaining. The masala is built upon 4, then wife is getting 1 and the 15 brothers are getting 3 shares. In the second example, we have a mother and 10 paternal brothers. 10 paternal brothers. In this occasion, the mother is getting 1/6. So the masala is built upon 6. 1/6 of 6 is 1, and the 10 brothers are getting 5. In both examples, we have problem with the brothers when it comes to dividing their wealth. So in this example, we look at the relationship between the two numbers, 15 and a 3, and we have a 10 and 5. The share can divide the number of heads. So we say here 15 divided by 3 equals 5. And the other one we have 10 divided by 5 equals 2. So we save the results into the place here. So we have 5 in the first example and 2 in the second example. This is the number we saved now. If there was a problem with also amending the wife or the mother, then we would have looked at the problem between the two numbers and saved a number here. Now we take the 5 that we saved and place it on top of the total share, and we take the 2 and place it on top of the total share. So we multiply the number that we saved with the total share. So 5 times 4 and 2 times 6. We have 5 times 4 equals 20, and 2 times 6 equals 12. Now we times this number here again with the numbers below. We times them with the numbers below. 2 times 1 here, 2 times 5. And now we have amended the problem. In the example number 1, we have 15 brothers inheriting 15 shares. And the second example, we have 10 brothers inheriting 10 shares. Here we have example number 3 and example number 4. In example number 3, we have a mother, maternal brother, and a 14 full sister. In this occasion, the 14 full sisters are inheriting 4 shares, so they have a problem. In example number 4, we have a wife, 12 daughters, and a paternal uncle. So the 12 daughters have a problem now. There are 12 of them, and they are inheriting 16 shares. So we need to fix the problem for both examples. Example number 3, we have 14 and a 4. 14 does not accept division of 4. So now we need to find a number that can divide 14 as well as can divide 4. So we need a number that can divide them both. And both number accept division of 2. So we divide the number of heads now. We don't divide the shares. We divide the number of heads by the number that is common between the two. So 14 divided by 2 equals 7. So we save this result here now. This is the new saved number. So this number we saved here, number 7, we take on top of the total share. 7 times 6 equals 42. And then we times this number 7 here with the numbers below. 7 times 1 equals 7. 7 times 1 equals 7. And 7 times 4 equals 28. So we have now new total share and a new shares for each heir. So 28 divided by 14 equals 2. So each sister now is getting 2 instead of getting decimal number. Example number 3 here, we have the wife, 12 daughters, and a paternal uncle. We need to sort this out in a similar manner by finding a common number between the two. A number that can divide 12 and a number that can divide 16. Both numbers accept division of 2 as well as 4. If there's a multiple numbers that can divide both numbers, the heads and the shares, we take the biggest number in order to reduce the results. So we save here now 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So the number that is saved is 3. We take this now on top of the total share. So we do 3 times 24 equals 72. Now we then times 3 times 3 here, 3 times 16, then 3 times 5. And now we have a new total share as well as new shares. Example number 5 and example number 6. In example number 5, we have a wife and 4 sons. The wife is getting 1/8 and the 4 sons are getting the remaining, which is 7. And example number 6, we have mother who's getting 1/6 and 6 paternal brothers who are getting the remaining, which is 5. In example number 5, we have 7 shares divided between 4 heads, which we will end up with decimal number. And example number 6, we have 5 shares divided between 6 people. Also, we will end up with decimal number, which we need to fix into a full number. In this occasion, we look at the relationship between the number of heads and their share. Both occasions, we look at the number of heads and their share. So here we find out there is no divisions between these two numbers. The two numbers don't have any common divider, nor do they divide one another. So we end up with no common factor between the two numbers. So in this occasion, we save the number of heads entirely. We save the total number of heads. Here we have 6, and here we have 4. So we save the 4 here, and in the example number 6, we save 6. We take the number that we saved on top of the total share, and we multiply this. 4 times 8 equals 32, and 6 times 6 equals 36. Then we times this number with the numbers below. 4 times 1 and 4 times 7 in example number 5, and 6 times 1 and 6 times 5. We have now new total shares with a fixed problem. The 4 sons are getting 28 now. 28 divided by 4, and each one of them is getting 7. The paternal brothers are getting now 30 divided by 6 equals 5 each. Al-inkisaar, more than one class of people. Al-inkisaar, more than one type. A similar rule applies here, with the exception that now we have more than one number saved. We look at these numbers saved. If the saved numbers are the same, then we take one of them and times the total share. For example, here we have 2 and 2 and 2. We take one of them and times the total share. If the biggest saved number accepts division of the smaller numbers, then we take the biggest number. For example, we have a 2 and a 4 and 8. 8 can be divided by any of these smaller number. So we take the 8 and times the total share. If the saved number do not accept division, but have a number that can divide both, then we divide one of them and the result times the other. For example, we have a 4 here saved and a 6 saved. Then we divide one of them and times the other with a result. 6 divided by 2 equals 3 times 4 equals 12, or 4 divided by 2 equals 2. 2 times 6 equals 12. If the numbers saved do not have any common factor between them, then we multiply them together. For example, we have a 3 and a 5. So here there are no common factor between them. So we do 3 times 5, which is equal to 15. We take that 15 and times it on top of the total share. Examples here. We have 2 wives inheriting a quarter, and then 8 maternal brothers inheriting 1/3, and then the rest goes to 10 full uncles. So we have a problem in all occasions. 2 wives can't divide amongst them 3, and then 8 can't divide between them with the 4 shares, and a 10 uncle with 5 shares. So here we save the 2 because there are no common factor between 2 and 3. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. We save 2 here. And then 10 divided by 5, we save 2 here as well. So in these occasions, we have all 2, 2, 2, 2. In the second example, we have 2 wives inheriting a quota, and they end up with 3 shares. 16 maternal brothers end up getting 4 shares, and then 8 full uncles end up getting 5 shares. So all of them have a problem. The relationship between 2 and 3 is nothing, no common factor, so we save the number of heads. 16 and 4, 16 can be divided by 4, so 16 divided by 4 equals 4. And then we have 8 and 5. There's no common factor between them, so we save the number of heads here. So here we end up having 2 and 4 and 8. In the first example, we take any, because they're all the same, and times it top of the total share. In example number 2, we take the 8, because 8 can be divided by any of these smaller numbers. So we put the 8 on top of the total share. 8 times 12 equals 96. And 2 times 12 equals 24. And then we times this number, the numbers below. And then we get the result that you can divide the shares equally between them. In this example, we have 6 maternal brothers, 8 full sisters. And in the second example, we have 4 grandmothers, 12 maternal brothers, and 10 paternal uncles. The numbers that we saved here, in the example number 1, we saved 6 and 4. And in example number 2, we saved 4 and 6 and 10. Example number 1, we have 2 numbers saved, 4 and 6. 4 and 6 have a number that can divide them both, which is 2. So we have 4 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. And this result here, you times the other one. 6 times 2, which is equal to 12. Or you can say 6 divided by 2, which is equals to 3, and 3 times 4, which is also equal to 12. We take this result and place it on top of the total share. We have 12 times 3 equals 36. And then we times 12 times 1 equals 12. 12 times 2 equals 24. And now there's no decimal number when you divide the wealth. In the second example, we have 6 and 10 and 4. Now we have more than 2 numbers. In order to fix this problem, we need to deal with 2 numbers first, and then get the results and compare it with the third number. And in that manner, you will always get the results to be exactly the same. For example, we have 10 and 4. So the relationship between 10 and 4 is that they have a common number that can divide them both, which is 2. So when you divide 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So 5 times 4 equals 20. And the 20 that we have, we compare this 20 with the remaining number, which was 6. So 6 and 20, what's the relationship between 6 and 20? They have a common number that can divide them both, which is 2. So we divide one of them and times the result with the other. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 3 times 20 equals 60. Or if we do the opposite, we do 20 divided by 2 equals 10. 10 times 6 equals 60 as well. We can also do 4 and 6. 4 and 6, they also have common number that can divide them both, which is 2. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 3 times 4 equals 12. Or 4 divided by 2 equals 2. 2 times 6 equals 12. Now we have 12 and we compare it with 10. What's the relationship between the two? So we divide 12 divided by 2 equals 6. 6 times 10 equals also 60. We can also compare 10 and 6. They have a common number that can divide them both, which is 2 also. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 3 times 10 equals 30. Now we have 30. Or we can do 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 5 times 6 equals 30. Now 30 and 4. 30 divided by 2 equals 15. 15 times 4 equals also 60. Or vice versa, if you do it, 4 divided by 2 equals 2. 2 times 30 equals 60. The number that is saved is 60. So we take this number and place it on top of the total share. 60 times 1 equals 60. 60 times 2 equals 120. 60 times 3 equals 180. In this example, we have 5 maternal brothers and 6 half-uncles, paternal half-uncles. So numbers that are saved are 5 and 3. We take the two numbers that have been saved, so we multiply them together. 5 times 3 equals 15. And now we take that on top of the total share. 15 times 3. 15 times 3 equals 45. And then we do 15 times 1. And then we do 15 times 2. And now we have a new total share with a new shares. With new shares. The end.